It's 11:14. The government has tractor trailer trucks in the Lowe's parking lot next door, pulling in front of my home, pulling out, laying on the horn. They just did it twice just now. And they have the neighbor, Leah Patrice Jones Menace, next door, tapping on the wall. As soon as I woke up, I walked into the office so I can start reading my Bible. And as soon as I walked in, sat down, opened the Bible, she banged very loudly on the wall. She does this every day, every morning since she moved in. The United States government has her stalking me floor to floor, room to room. When I was sleeping downstairs, because they were shooting pellets nonstop at the walls, the neighbors were banging on the walls upstairs nonstop. So I was sleeping. Well, first I started sleeping in my bedroom closet. She started banging on the closet wall and the bathroom wall over there. She was sending all kind of micro pest bio weapons through the air vents. So then I went downstairs to the basement bedroom. She started banging on that wall. They have visa exchange students, about 11, that rotate with Catherine Grace Bithello, a hospital employee. They're all employed at the hospital, so they're through a hospital visa exchange program the government is using to bring them into the country, place them there, but place them next door my home. And what they do is bang and tap on the walls all day. They did that yesterday while I was on the phone with the court. They had Camden Court shooting pellets at the window while I was on the phone. I had to pause the conversation with the judge and defense counsel to alert them that individuals were shooting pellets at the door and that they were banging on both sides of the wall. So the proceeding needed to be stopped till they stopped doing that so I can concentrate on what the judge was saying on the call. And I will continue to do that until they stop, until Jackson National stops violating court orders. Now, the judge knows they're doing this. Everybody knows they're doing this. Judge Chief Philip Bremer, he's been known they've been doing this because he keeps adding the judges to the case so they can deliberately ignore defense counsel coordinating with the judges who Shane Cato Cruz was already, their law firm was already defense counsel's law firm. So it's a hot mess. There's nonsense going down in the courts. Everybody's aware of it. Nobody cares. No one's getting any type of justice in the United States court systems. They're screwing everybody over. Don't believe anything that comes out of anybody's mouths that works on the federal or state side of the justice court system, because everybody's a pathological liar. And then they have officers of the court that they team up with that double down on the lying. They have judges that separate from service, retire, start law firms, were already in the FBI threat liaison program, but they continue to double down, coordinate with government officials like Catherine Duro and her brother, the Albany mayor, on stalking and terrorizing individuals because she took this assignment over from Fieldstone Management deliberately so she can target and terrorize me since I moved over here in 2017. So I've been terrorized since I've had this home. Basically, even though I was making payments, the government technically already owned it. And Wells Fargo basically was already screwing me over from 2000 when we had COVID. They were trying to screw me over then. So what they're doing is nothing new when they stole my home with the help of the court system. And then they continue to have the neighbors banging on the wall. The FBI refuses to answer FOIA requests. The judge is like, oh, well, if you get that information, we'll decide if we can use it or not. But, we may not be able to use it. So what they're doing is they're trying to say that any retaliation that I'm being subjected to, they're not going to deal with it at all. That's what's happening down in the court system. That's why they had the attorney general in Colorado delete his email address and block me from sending him emails. The current governor, he basically sends you, oh, hey, listen, we got your letter, thanks. Those type of emails every once in a while. They have him sending the emails at angel numbers, so 111, 222, 333. That's when they have him respond. Every blue moon, he'll send one of those. So he's in on it. He's been on it when they put him over there. I already knew that. The senators in Colorado, they've been on it. The senators in Colorado and Georgia, they're definitely on it. So that's what's going on all over the United States of America. Everybody, pro se litigants, are getting screwed, and then they're being intimidated by the FBI proxies who moved neighbors next door to bang on the wall. Now, the heifer next door, she's supposed to be selling her home because when they were trying to steal my home, she put her home up for sale. Now, all of a sudden, her home is not for sale once my home was foreclosed on. So she was doing that to manipulate the prices, coordinating with the government, and she's still over there banging on the wall. I thought she was moving. Why are you still over there banging on the wall? But that's what the Bahamas prime ministers, the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, those who sleep in tombs, because they sleep in tombs, to be able to pass their initiation. Because what they did was, when I was in college, they had two of their brothers sleeping in tombs, and then they came to my room. The roommate who was gang stalking me opened the door. I'm sleeping. Next thing I wake up, two guys are kneeled at my bed, and their line brother, their head soror brother, whoever he was standing over me, and then they were seen kneel down, and then they're like, "Oh, we just passed," and they smelled. So long story short, they must have slept in a tomb for 48 hours with the other line fraternity brothers banging and tapping on the walls, and that's why the neighbor next door, that's where she gets that from. So she has the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity brothers banging on the wall. They come over, stay in the apartment or the townhome, and with her, they bang on the walls to the apartment. So of course they have demons attached to them, because I don't think anybody sleeping in tombs is going to get anything good out of that. You can ask Senator Raphael Warnock what he got out of sleeping in a tomb, but I don't think if you're a pastor, you should be sleeping or condone sleeping in tombs. In the Bible, it says it's not something you should be doing, but of course, the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity was like, you know what, that's exactly what we're going to do, because we're the opposite of what the Bible. That's why you have so many people denouncing them all over the internet and getting blasted for doing so. But long story short, this is what's going on today. August 1st. It goes on a daily basis. You saw what happened last night. You will see this posted shortly.